with ya. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of ya. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Never lied in my rhymes, you can go ask Jennifer. That's my mom's name. I create and find change. My mind frame ensures that forever I reign. Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Hey, check it. Okay, I feel unstoppable. Losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. You ain't made it till you got stylists go out and shop for you. You ain't made it till they put on top of you. Parading through the city, the whole block come out for you. We just getting started, y'all finna see what we bout to do. Boy, stop, you ain't here, I'm the real truth. Hunters, real blues, strips on them still new. Shopping at Dover Street, I'm dripping like mildew. They say you don't visit the hood, dog, I still do. A real one, only difference, my bill's bigger. I'm still with ya, I just got rich a little quicker. The same man, God handed me his game plan. I ain't perfect, far from it, what can I say, man? I feel unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. It felt like yesterday, I was just driving my grandma's Chevrolet. From South Carolina to Maryland, I take the jet today. I'm still on the come up, I'm still building my resume. I still got a lot to prove, but still I'm heavyweight. I still gotta watch my moves. They tried to defamate my character, but I won't let them. It's always checkmate. I'm still screaming, the world hope she. Mother Nature's my first shorty, watch how I go ballistic, and I'm so terrific. Accounts is copacetic, I don't need no permission, but I'm so indebted to this game that I love, and most of all to the man above. Now check me out, now it's just that Fridays was serving the greens. Before I was popping, I was nursing my dreams. Now I ain't never been a gangster, but I know a few things. I just rather get the bag and start collecting the rings. But I done spoke too much, close curtain and scene. I am not a human being, I'm a full machine. I ain't holier than thou, I don't judge, I sing. Just staying down for the come up till I reign supreme. Let's get it. Yeah, Hit Boy, we got another one. Ha. Man, y'all boys ain't ready for this, man. I'm still grinding, I'm still hungry, hungrier than ever. I feel unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we... at the 25. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw going into the hands of Williams. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. first down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. He's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit. We thought that maybe a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. And a nice play there defensively. And this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about in pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove. Because any guy's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted him. So he wants to prove to the rest of the league, you should have signed me first.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. The Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision, get good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. That pass caught. It's Williams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Goff a handoff here to Swift. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
69 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Second down and 3, ball on the 7. Swift going to try up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
4-yard gain brings up 4th down and less than a yard.
Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Badgley able to knock this one through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
It's 2nd and inches at the 35-yard line.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played. And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Throwing is Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Hurts. And this is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 36 yards. And the Eagles have got it back to within a score.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Goff. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 96 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run supported. I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Off to St. Brown for the Detroit first down.
Well, this might very well be 4-down territory, but that's not going to matter now. They'll get a nice throw there on 3rd down, and they're able to keep the drive going.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 23. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this. I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this first down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Aidan Hutchinson. That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League.
When you spend your first-round pick on a pass rusher, you are absolutely counting on him to be an impact player. And there you go. Right away, he gets to the quarterback.
And guess what? Likely the first of many that we're going to see from that young man. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
But don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play, that's a -4.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Here's Hurts to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Brett Kern now to punt this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for the Lions. First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Goff on 1st down. And that's out to the front. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And some room to work. On the move past the 40. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
The drive will start with an option going left. Hurts fumbles it, and this is scooped up by the Lions. The 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up second down.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head scheme going.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a play fake, and it's gone. He's airing it out for Williams. This is intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. But Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. But Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Left side here to Sanders. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders to the 43, second down.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime, Minks, had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
On 2nd and 7, Hurts. His throw incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, good play, right in his hands, and able to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense, if that fell harmlessly to the ground. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. We'll go down. Six, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. For the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Swift on the counter. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Goff on 3rd down. He's got this complete to Williams. He's going to have the first down and then some. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. A handoff, Swift running to the left. They find some open field here. And he'll take this this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 123 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run here with Swift. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Jameson Williams with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
In a draft day stunner, A.J. Brown was shipped from Tennessee to Philadelphia. He appeared to be the long-awaited answer for Tennessee at receiver, and that can be that same long-awaited answer in Philadelphia. 2,000-yard seasons and 24 touchdowns in his first 3 years in the league. He gives Philly the type of wide receiver one the team hasn't had in almost a decade. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Here's Brent Kern now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Yards on the punt with no return, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. There's gone. Open man right side is St. Brown. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Scott to return it. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. He'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Romeo LaCroix working his way in and getting the tackle for loss.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
On 2nd and 12, Hurts. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the player was there to slam that window shut.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now. And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And this will wind up the Lions' first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Once again, it's Swift. Room here to run. There he goes, left side. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On first down, Hurts. Well, that's complete to Sanders. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. A dime look defensively for the Lions on third. They go play action with Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he is going to have an Eagles first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And one more time, that's Watkins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. A.J. Brown, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14.
Eagles 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, here's Swift. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here to have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The Lions on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he's got some space here. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 214 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Swift. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Goff a handoff here to Swift. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. The CD always a little extra excitement for week 1, and one of our early window games here in week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Lions, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0.
And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Washington Commanders come to town.
Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.
Why would I ever have to cop a chain a game when the QB chain birthed most of chains in the game? No post office, we stamping time. Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pies, family size. Leather bombers and Nike Sacai's. Dangerous corners, you better pray that tomorrow arrives. Rap, Sugar Ray Robinson, nothing sweet. Y'all too out of shape to even box with me. Heavyweight, I know my way around the ring. Just like Shorty know a way around the storm. Making hits with Hit Boy, all he gotta do is hit record. Record breaking news, had to show up just to fill a void. Confused boy, little boys, y'all better keep your poise. Leave me out of the weasel. Be cool when you see me, I'm hot at all that rap deep. The hood know you, so we don't borrow, believe in it. Locked in on the instrumental, I took back the key to this. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. The top three.
Your energy, I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like.
Better, petty, don't matter. Far as the teller, I pray to God they rattle tattle. Hey, what's a rapper? I started off that, now I'm better. I get capital. I help my people to get cheddar. I do business. Look here, stay out my business. I'm so iceberg slimish, stainless, not a blemish. I should've been to prison. Don't boy remorse, no cases pinned. I got the rolling flooded, soaking wet, but ain't been swimming. I'm the man now, ain't I work a plan now. Can't I? I remember when you lame player, hated a player, now the same lane.